Hi everybody, today we're doing the pump demonstration for the solar kit. Starting off, these are the things you're going to need for this. The bottle and the tube from the tube bag. You're going to need your pump from the pump bag. And then you're going to need your patch cord, the standard one, and separately if you want the multimeter. In addition to these pieces, you're also going to need a bucket of water, which we've dyed green with watercolor paint. Make sure it doesn't dye anything. It's because it allows you to see it easier, the demonstration from farther away. So we have our patch cord and our pump. Follow me to the back here. So this panel right now is set up in series. So the yellow cord is connected to the yellow cord. These two are separate. Now this is where you're going to connect your patch cord. So this connector goes with this connector, and this connector goes with this connector. This connector is what connects to your pump. So this is the end of the pump. Just push it in. We're gonna get the multimeter. Black is gonna go into the black. Red is gonna go into the red. You're gonna hold this button down until it beeps, and there you go. You can read how many volts that panel is getting. And so now this is all correctly hooked up. We're gonna grab this pump. Follow me back to the front. And so nothing should be turned on right now. Make sure everything's turned off. We're putting the pump into the bucket of water. There's suction cups right here. Push it down, just make sure it's nice and steady. Now we're gonna grab the tube, push this end of the tube into the pump. I'm gonna connect the top of this tube to this bottle. And this way, no water is leaving, and you can do the demonstration in your classroom. So imagine this is another person. You just wanna make sure that this tube is being held above 4 feet, 5 feet, taller than me. That's our person for today. Coming back to the back, that's how you turn the pump on. So when you press this button, the water should start. There you go, you see the water rise. Looking at this multimeter, we're getting about 18.6 volts on it. 18.6, so that is almost a full power. And now you're gonna see what happens as I shade some of this panel. You're demonstrating to your students that when you block off parts of the panel, block off part of the sun, you're also affecting the amount of power that goes to the pump. A demonstration that you could do with your kids is draw a line and have a game where they can shade the panel and try to lower it to that line. Let's get it down to that line right there. I'm gonna read it. We're getting around 15.7 volts. So one thing I did want to point out with the pump and the tubing, this is all using pressure. So since there's pressure in here, it prevents the water from coming all the way up. If you want to take this off, make sure to turn the pump off first, because if I decide to unscrew this and let air back in, this water is going to push up and then come out the other end. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, you have to make sure the pump is off if you want to take off that bottle. Because that, as you can see, let's say bring this tube up, I'm a little short for it. The water travels out depending on the pressure. Ooh. So I just wanted to demonstrate that really quick. Now, we're gonna show you with different pump heads if you want to do it outdoors. If you go into your pump bag, you should also have different head pieces. So these are 3 different tubes that I've connected just here. It's just to make sure that this is now tall enough to be above the water line. So follow me into the bucket. We're just putting that onto the pump. Make sure again that the pump is off before you do any of this. And so now this is gonna have, the water's gonna come out differently than it did in the tube. All right, turning it on here. Watch what happens with the water.
Stand in front of it.
Let's shade some of this. Hope I don't get splashed. water gets a little lower.